Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Zach Lesage here, and we're on the Rare Candy YouTube channel today. And we're going to be going over this deck profile and PTCGO playthrough of kind of this new deck. I don't know if any of you have really seen it. It's not kind of, I don't want to say it's a deck or that anyone's thought of it or didn't think of it. It basically turns Blacephalon Naganadel into Turtonator Naganadel. And this is kind of the way that I would be running the deck, just to see exactly how it would work. So Blacephalon's a 2 prize card Pokemon. Explosive Jet does the same thing, except you don't put them into the Lost Zone. It's worth 1 prize card. It's Dragon type. So we do gain some kind of differences than a Blacephalon Naganadel. Meaning, basically all of our Pokemon are searchable with Mysterious Treasure. We got copies of Pokemon Communication in the deck. And you want to know what? I'm looking at this list right now. I could probably cut down on a copy of Pokemon Communication just to up my chance of starting with a Turtonator, because Turtonator is the Pokemon you want to be starting with in this deck. So this is the deck right here. The goal is to power up energies with charging up every single turn and use Turtonator to just explosive jet every single turn for a lot of damage. It should be able to keep up pretty well, and if your opponent's Pokemon knock you out, you can always use B-String to power up a Naganadel. We do have Energy Switch, and we do have a few copies of Palpad. So I think this is a cool concept of a deck. We'll see exactly if it works out when I play through some games, and let's explain it. So like I said, Explosive Jet, power up your energy in play, and knock out your opponent's Pokemon. Got a copy of Heatran GX, because why don't we take advantage of using charging up all those times and just go for Burning Road to either use Hopper in GX or Steaming Stomp, getting a lot of energies in play and utilizing them. We got Victini Prism Star to get a bunch of energies back from our discard pile into our deck. So kind of as a late game huge attack. We got Volcanion here that can use Flare Starter to power up our Pokemon early on the first turn of the game. And we could use High Heat Blast if we need to knock out another Pokemon Turtonator. We got a couple copies of the Dene here to use Dene Chains to dump and draw to 6 cards. Got Mew to protect our bench Pokemon. And we got Poipole here to evolve into Naganadel. Now, since we don't run Psychic Energy, I could actually change this Poipole. So you might see me a few times just catching myself where I've made some mistakes situationally with this deck. There's no base list to really go off of. So just looking around at it, I might actually want to add in a couple more Fire Energies, because one thing that I'm realizing, I might not have the Fire Energies in my hand, and I don't actually think I need them with Fiery Flint. So I'm okay with that. That seems okay. Looking more down into it, a couple copies of B-String, we could power up the Naganadel if necessary to get some energies out of the deck. Now, I don't know how hard that's actually going to be. I think it might actually be more of a one-of card in the deck. I don't know we'll add the card by the end of the video. We'll see. We're going to go through Custom Catcher. We want to bring up our opponent's Pokemon wherever we're at. We got Energy Switch to help power up our Turtonator. If we can't find a Welder, we got Fire Crystal to get fire energies back from our discard pile to use with Welder. Mysterious Treasure can search out any of our Turtonators or Psychic Pokemon. Palpad to get those Welders back in there. Pokecoms to get our other Pokemon. Switch, just in case we need to attack with a Naganadel, because Naganadel is a great attacking Pokemon with Turning Point 2. Heat Factory, dump and draw. Ultra Space, we could search out our Nags. Bill's Analysis, I think there's a lot of item cards, trainer cards in this deck. How many do we got in here? We got 29. Good chances of hitting some other ones. And Welder, of course, the best card in format. We got 12 of these fire. So we have 1 space left in this deck, and I'm not entirely sure where I want to put it. It's kind of a really weird predicament, because we want to have our energies in our discard pile to use for Naganadel. Maybe just playing a single copy of Giant Hearth would be cool, but I feel like I'd never ever find it. Maybe I'll just add a 3rd copy of Energy Switch. That sounds pretty hot. I think this is where I'm going to start off with the list. I might do some changes in between games, but for right now, we're going to be soft running this list. So this is kind of the concept of the deck, and expect it to change. And if it ends up becoming anything, maybe we'll see a few copies coming up at your next local event or major event that you're going to. So I don't really want to take too much time, but like I said, take a screenshot of it, click, And yeah, let's run through some games, see exactly what's up with this deck, and if it can actually perform. Metal Dark. Not sure what this would be. Maybe it's a Pikarom deck. I won the flip, and this is the first time I'm actually playing the deck, so kind of going on the fly here. Heatran seems probably like the best and most likely Pokemon to power up, but let's go Volcanion in the active position because maybe High Heat Blast is a more efficient attack. We're going first, so we'll see what our opponent flips over. Likely a Jirachi here. No, they flipped over Dedenne. Bill's Analysis. Okay, so we have a Heat Factory. And we can always go for a Welder next turn. Sure. So we'll see if this works. So we're going to go Heat Factory. There's a Poipole. We don't want to miss a turn of energy attachments. So let's get a Fire. This doesn't look great. Let's just put a Heatran down and we'll see exactly what's up. Gotta love this shiny Poipole, it's so happy. So I don't know what our opponent's gonna go for. Tails, heads. I don't feel so bad for not keeping that fire energy for potential using of Welder. We'll see exactly how it goes. This deck would probably be really good against Ability Zard because we could attack. Oh, you wanna know what? Judge is gonna save our butt, hopefully. So, never punished. Oh, we could just get a super dead hand. And this deck is kind of just like a play on Welder and Friends and Blacephalon Naganadel. So if it doesn't end up working out, I'm totally cool with that. This is more for experimental purposes. As I'm filming right now, I'm going to be heading to Atlantic City later on this week. So just testing everything and anything that I can just to make sure that no thought goes unturned. So I don't know, maybe next turn we'll top deck something really hot, or this deck just sucks. We will find out. We can always use Flare Starter too in a pinch. They're gonna go with Skateboard. I don't know what they're gonna do. Okay, they got a Zamora. This is a really good turn one for our opponent off that Judge. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, there's a Coco. They can't ask for much more. Maybe they just have Energy Switch. What are they gonna do? Tingly Return GX? Are you kidding me? I wasn't expecting that. Now this turn is not going as anything that anyone expected. Okay, let's go pass. This is pretty bad. I foresee us losing in the next couple turns. So you want to know what? Every game gets a dead hand sometimes. So let's see exactly how this goes. Turn one full blitz. I don't even know who I want to send up. Let's send up the Turtonator. If I was them, I'd just power up the active Pokemon. Oh, I guess we're going to power up a Zorora. They could have taken advantage and gone Tag Bolt GX, knock at a couple Pokemon that turn. And you want to know what? This game is completely nothing. I don't think we're going to be getting anything here. Even though our opponent's not playing correctly. Actually, you want to know what? Let's wait one more turn. If we get a Dedenne and then we can get into a Beast Ring, maybe we can get a knockout with Heatran GX and just completely throw everything we got off from our opponent. Let's see here. Volkner. Looks like our opponent's making some tough choices. Okay, Pokecom, Hoopa. Please just knock us out and see if we get anything off the top deck for next turn. There's a Raichu, a Alolan Raichu. Full Blitz. Are they going to power up to the active? No. Guess Tag Bolt GX is not as good to them as it is the way that I see it. Let's see what Nag GX does. Okay, so you want to know what? We're going in. We do have Dene Qual. We're gonna grab a Mew. We're gonna go Pokecom away this Mew. And let's see exactly what Dedenne GX can do for us. If we can get B-String and Welder in the same turn, we might be in a pretty good spot. Okay, and we actually got none of those. So here in this game, I don't think we have... Oh, you want to know what? We still might have a chance. Let's go Mysterious Treasure away this Fire Energy. To grab... It doesn't matter which Pokemon we grab at this point. We need to get B-String and we need to get Welder. We basically need to get Welder, then B-String. Let's put that back in there. Let's put Victini down. Let's go Custom Catcher. Can we at least get the B-String? No, this game's going nowhere. We're just going to concede this one. This game is awful. Let's jump into the next one. Psychic Dragon. This is either Welder and Friends or Mewtwo Mew. And both are probably similar matchups. So let's see exactly how this game starts. Ugh. This could be good depending on what our opponent plays. Give us a Giant Hearth and I won't complain. And more that I think about this deck, I just think it's not as good as Abilities Art or Mewtwo Mew. So this is the second game I've played and with the deck, and our opponent's starting with the Dene for the second time. With them going for Cherish Ball, I can only assume that they're going to be playing Mewtwo Mew. Oh, they're playing Blounds. This should actually be super favored for us, because we're a single prize card version of pretty much this exact deck. So Ultra Space is going to work out for us. It's just our turn one is not going to be that great. Based off, unless we top deck a Fire, that'd be cool. Maybe the engine of this deck, maybe the idea of this deck works, the engine is just something that's holding it back. Stage 1 Pokemon in a basic attacking deck can be tough. So maybe Blounds is just better. I finished filming a Blounds video earlier today for the channel, so depending on which order it goes up in, be sure to be on the lookout for that, or check it out if it's already been out there. Maybe this is just, okay, we top deck Fire. You wanna know what? I don't have that many complaints. Ultra Space is a free search through the deck. Got a Poiple there, so we're ready to go Poiple. Go Mysterious Treasure. Probably don't need that right now. Mysterious Treasure can grab out a Turt. So we're ready to go with the Turt. And let's go Welder onto Turts. And you wanna know what? It's not great. but it's not the worst. Let's just pass and see what our opponent does. I think it's going to be hard for us to get fire energies into the discard pile with this deck. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, but we can grab Mew to stop their Neg GX. And we can knock out their Blacephalons pretty easily. Still really interested to see exactly how this matchup goes. Okay, there's a Mysterious Treasure. There's that. So our opponent has a pretty decent setup, and Welder to boot as well. If they end up knocking out our Pokemon, we still have access to 2 fires. Like, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know if it's gonna work as nicely. Okay, there's a fire energy, and are they just gonna knock out Poipole? No, they're going with a Burst GX. Burst a Welder, that's cool. Nice full art Welder though. Okay, so let's thin out some cards out of this deck first before we go in with anything. We got access to a Poipole. We have Mysterious Treasure here. We could rip a Custom Catcher because they're just going to feed us GX Pokemon. And let's grab another Poipole. We're going to see what Bill's analysis brings us. We just can't get access to the fire energies with this deck, and I think that's what's going to hurt it the most. We do have Welder, and we do have another Mysterious Treasure. So let's grab those. Maybe this deck just needs Giant Hearth. But we have that, we have that, we have this. Maybe it needs Neg GX? I'm not entirely sure, I can't put my finger on it yet. Because this deck is still a work in progress. And I really hope that one of you can watch this video and leave some cool comments on what your ideas are on the deck, or maybe you've tried it out before. So I'm okay just to pass there and feed our opponent a Poipole. Maybe the B-string just doesn't make sense in the deck. I'm just trying to go through every single little card in the list and basically be like, what are the opportunities? What is this deck doing? All I know is that my Poipoles look cool. Way cooler than my opponent's Spit Poison Poipoles. That one seems more diabolical. This one's so much more happy and white. White and shiny and gold with some cool blue eyes. I guess like maybe it's a lighter shade of blue. But our opponent's set up, we are not. But we're a single prize card deck. Maybe we could play catch up really well. The issue is we just need like a Dedenne or something. Okay, there's Mind Blown. Let's see what Turt brings us. Victini Prism Star. I don't know if Victini works in this deck either, to be honest. Sure, let's play it down. Why not? Figured like late game it could be a cool attacker. Okay, they're just going to use that to use Ultra Conversion. And yeah, I wish this deck could pack some more action for you. After this game, you want to know what I think? I'm probably going to go back and re-edit the deck. See if there's anything that I can do to make the deck a little bit better. Maybe the Mysterious Treasures and the Ultra Space and the Pokemon Communication are too much search. And maybe it's better to just go with like a Blaze Nag complete engine. I don't know why they only hit me for a hundo, but gives me some time to set up these guys. And there's that guy. So that's really cool. Knock me out. Seems like our opponent might deck out before we actually win this game. They're chilling at 15 cards left in their deck. Bursting Burn definitely seems like the best option for them there. Okay, so we got energies in our discard pile. We can finally use Fire Crystal to get back for Wittler. And we finally top decked a Fire Energy. Wow. Let's grab a card out of our deck just so that we have a decent shot at it. Let's do that. Let's go Fire Crystal. 1, 2. Even though I wanted those in the discard pile for Nag. And let's go Welder. Heat Factory seems like a good card to have there. There's a Palpad. Let's get back a couple Welders. Let's go charging up. Got Explosive Jet here. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the discard pile. So once the deck gets going, it should be pretty cool. Fire Energy? No. Okay, we can still get a Mysterious Treasure for another Pokemon. Although our opponent is at 3 prize cards now, and they will be able to knock us out. That's going to be the tough part, especially if they don't put another Blacephalon down. Maybe they won't realize about the turning point since they did do an incorrect Mind Blown earlier on in the game. Be really good if they just retreated and started attacking with Blacephalon. Wow, they had a lot of B-strings. Charging up. Please don't use Turning Point. Please don't use Turning Points. Down to 6 cards left in their deck. Maybe they will deck out. Rip my Heat Factory. What are they doing here? Maybe they're reset stamp proofing their deck. There's a Turning Point. That makes sense. Okay, let's go send up Nag. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a tough time in this game. So let's go Bill's Analysis. That's not going to help us at all. Yeah, this game's just over. So let's go edit the deck after this game. Okay, so we saw how this deck was working and there was a bunch of things that weren't working with it. So we're going to change some stuff out of this deck just to make the deck a little bit more consistent. I'm going to kind of make it more of like a Blacephalon engine. Nag GX. Let's add in a Ditto. Actually, let's add in more of those. And let's add in a Ditto. So we got over the 60 cards. I didn't feel like the Ultra Space was great. I wanted a couple copies of the Giant Hearth, which would be a trainer card. Maybe this deck only needs... Let's do that. Let's cut out those copies of Energy Switch. That wasn't good. Let's cut out the copy of V-String. Let's add in a third Giant Hearth, and let's add in a couple Cherish Balls. The 2 Pal Pads, I don't know if we needed the bills. Let's go for a copy of Brock's Grit, just in case we end up discarding too much. It's also good for Nag GX. Probably only wanted 2 copies of that card. What else do we have going on here? I think I want to add Pokegear into this deck. Or let's add Acrobike in. So just changing it up, we had a few losses that really sucked. And I don't like losing games online. I'm probably fine without the Switch. So there's our 4 copies of Acrobike. This deck should be a little bit more consistent. Seems like it should be pretty good. I'm fine with the 1 copy of Pal Pad. Let's throw in a 3rd copy of Cherish Ball. And we probably don't need Pokecom. Actually, let's just not do that. Let's throw Pokegear in so we have a higher chance of hitting Welder. Acrobikes, Pokegears. I'd like to play 1 more Pokegear if that's possible, but you wanna know what? I'm probably okay with just the 3 copies. This seems like we got pretty much everything going for. This is the updated version of the list, so let's play let's play out a couple more games and see exactly if this list does any better. Lightning, Fire, Metal, Dragon. So this looks like we are playing against Ability Zard this game, so a little bit more metagame driven. So first few games didn't do well. We changed the list up. That would have been cool if that was a Turtonator start, but nothing there. Of course, we got to start with the Dedenne, but this hand's not bad. So let's see what Dedenne brings us. Maybe our opponent will just start with like Reshizard. Oh, Dedenne. So every single one of my opponents in these videos have started with Dedenne. And there's a Cherish Ball. Maybe they're playing like Mewtwo Mew. Oh, now they're Dedenne. Cool. Maybe they're playing Ability Zard? Or maybe they're playing Blounds? Nope, there's a Reshizard going down. Tiger Chents. Oh, and I guess they had nothing. Cool. Guess a quick win. We take those. Okay, let's see exactly how this works out. Left E Pablo is calling the coin flip. What's up, Left E Pablo? Lost the coin flip, so we'd like to go first with this deck, but maybe going second isn't that bad. See if we can get started. Okay, you wanna know what? We got it. This seems like probably the best starting hand that we've had with this deck so far, so we'll see exactly how the changes. I know last game, whether it makes it into this video or not, my opponent conceded on the first turn. We're going second, so let's put the Poipole down. That seems cool. And they started with Jirachi. Maybe we could win on the first turn. If they don't get another Pokemon down. Maybe they're playing Pikarom based off this Pikarom deck list, or Pikarom everything. Pikarom, although they had the Hydreigon coin. Electromagnetic Radar. Well, Pikarom it is. Show they played a water Pokemon. I wonder what the water Pokemon would be. Reset Stamp, Electro Power. Our plans here are probably just to go Welder turn 1. Use Pokegear after that, have a higher chance. Pikarom. see what our opponent does here. Pokemon, Lightning Energy. This could be a really good matchup for us. See what our opponent gets here off Jirachi Stellar Wish. Thunder Mountain, we might bump that if they play it down this turn. They probably shouldn't play it down. Good choice for our opponent for not playing it down. Okay, well, we can go Acrobike first. And we can't get a knockout on the first turn. This is going to be good for a follow-up. There's Pokegear. Actually, we should be using Pokegears after Welder. That's my bad. I'm so used to be playing abilities that I forget these things quite often. Pokegear. There's a Welder. Let's just Palpad back in another Welder. Let's go turn 1 Explosive Jet. 1, 2. So our opponent should be able to get the knockout on us, but we just can't take the turn to not get a knockout. Giant Hearth, please. No, neg. So this is looking like a rough hand. We got a good solid turn 1. So this deck shows promise. They got the Thunder Mountain. And they're probably just going to power up their Turtonator. Or their, oh, it's Feeny Tech. That's cool. They're probably just going to power up their Pikarom, or at least they should power up their Pikarom. I wouldn't go for Raichu. They could win the game next turn based off of how poor this turn went. But I'm fully expecting a full Blitz. The issue with us not getting another Poipolette on the first turn is that we can't potentially get the knockouts at all. Nada. So I think this might be a huge flaw in the deck concept, where it seems like it's a single prize card version of Blounds when you think about the list, but it doesn't play out like it because you can't Beast Ring, you don't have those attacks that attack for 2. It's tough. If Turtonator was an Ultra Beast, this deck would be instantly better than Blounds. But this seems very good for our opponent. The only way that we can get out of here is if we top deck a Giant Hearth. We literally just lose this game. So, you want to what? I think I'm gonna call it a wrap on this concept. So that's a complete wrap right here. I think I'm gonna pull the plug like I was saying on this deck. I feel like this deck idea seemed really good because it seemed like it's going to be a single prize card Blacephalon deck. But my verdict is that it doesn't have Burst GX, it doesn't have Bursting Burn, because even Blacephalon misses sometimes and its attack only costs 2 energies. Even though that the whole concept seems like it'd be super solid, this deck is just not working at all because we can't get the energies continuously in our hand. And because we have to have a stage 1 Pokemon in our deck, we don't have room like Ability Zard or Welder and Friends has for like Jirachi and all these other cool tech cards. We're forced to run cards like Custom Catcher, and we're forced to run cards like Mysterious Treasure and Acrobikes and Pokegears. So I don't necessarily think this is a bad deck. I just don't think it's as good as what we have available. I was trying to reinvent Blacephalon because it seems good to turn decks into single prize cards, but in this case it actually seemed to make it worse. So not to say not to play with it, I'd experiment with it if I were you, see if it works out for you, but it did not work out, as you can see for me. The only game that we won is our opponent had a much worse start than we had, and they conceded to us on the first turn. So that's what we have going for this deck. You saw the hands that I had, and it's sad to look at because your deck doesn't have very many options. So I'd probably stick to one of the better Welder decks like Mewtwo Mew, Ability Zard, Welder and Friends, Blacephalon Naganadel, than to go down this venture of a deck. That being said, if you do enjoy new deck ideas and you want us to experiment more, be sure to put a thumbs up on this video, give it a like. tell your friends about it, tell them how much this idea sucked and how I just couldn't get anything going. I don't know. If you want to see more or have more input towards our channel, consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/rarecandytcg. You could also pick up some merch as well from rarecandytcg.com. Got some cool stuff on there, so support us however you like if you like our content. And as for me, I'm Zach Lesage. You could feel free to follow me on my Twitter at ZLesagePokemon to see where I'm on my Pokemon adventure. So whatever you have coming up next in your Pokemon adventure, whether you're a casual player or you're looking for new concepts to step your game up, I wish you the best of luck, and thank you for watching today. That's it.